Good morning, everybody. My name is Do van der Zalm. I'd like to welcome you on board our 737MAX flight from Amsterdam to Funchal, Madeira. I'm joined today with my colleague Stefan van der Gift, and today we're going to give you an inside peek on our flight. All right, Stefan, are you ready for the checking off our flight plan and our flight?
Yes, go ahead.
Today, flights 1741 with a ATC call sign of the 7 Tango Golf, flight Amsterdam to Madeira.
Yep.
We have OFP number 2.0. You have the same?
I have the same.
Very good. So if we open it up, do you see any specifics in this flight?
Well, not a lot. I did notice that the alternate is not planned for Porto Santo, but for Lanzarote.
Yes.
We initially discussed Tenerife, so that was something I noticed.
Yeah, okay. So if we check Tenerife, we see there's an additional fuel required for about 181. Do you think it's necessary to do Tenerife because we talked about it?
No, it was mentioned in the briefing, that's why. Lanzarote also has nice weather and is frequent destination. So okay. I would be happy with Lanzarote as an alternate.
Very good. So we'll cover that point of the fuel already. So there's no additional extra fuel. There's no company fuel. The fuel at this moment is 11.240. So we can make it 11.3. That's fine. Sure.
That sounds
Do you see any other remarks or any things that are noticed by you?
The crew, it says 2 plus 1,
Yep.
2 plus 5. So we do have 5 cabin crew members today.
Okay, very good. That's a good spot. Milos, who is from Just Planes, is going to join us in the flight deck. So remind me, please, that for the load sheet that we perform is take 3 and 5.
Exactly.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Good feedback. Very nice. Anything else that you'd like to mention according to this flight plan?
Not really, but maybe you have something to add?
No, that's fine. That's short.
Cool.
Then messages. I already checked them. Have you checked them already?
Yeah, and I didn't see anything special.
All the same as previous flights, previous days. Very nice. Then the Bullmark airplane. There's some minor deficiencies, but that's all to do with spare infant life jacket and some damage of paint.
Yeah.
So that's one to close. The RAIM is still amber, but that's to do with the 0.15 at Amsterdam. We're not going to use this one, so for the rest everything is green.
Yeah.
Right. Then according to the weather-wise, already checked it. That's why also for the fuel, decided on the weather. Beautiful day here, Amsterdam. Beautiful day at Madeira. NOTAMs. Have you seen anything about the NOTAMs? Madeira. There's only a trigger NOTAM, and there's an operations are granted for flights with the approved aerodrome slot. No specifics there. Good stuff. Then routing. We see routing a little bit turbulence after departure, but it's only an amber awareness. And later on in the flight, all looks very smooth, and in the descent also some light turbulence to be expected for the crew briefing.
Yeah.
Good. Charts. Anything that you can see here?
Well, I did notice there is the jet stream, but it's fairly low.
Yeah.
Flight level 3.2 or 3.40. So I think it'll be fine. Maybe a few clouds, but that would be it.
Good stuff. All right. Then in that case, would you be able to make the phone call to load control for the load sheet? Then I will do the crew briefing.
Will do.
Pre-flight checklist, please.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%. Navigation, transfer, display switches, normal, auto. Window heat on. Pressurization mode selector, auto. Flight instruments.
Heading 042, altimeters 1017.
Heading 042, altimeter 1017. Park and brake.
Set.
And start levers.
Cut off.
Pre-flight checklist completed.
Check.
Aircraft status. You did the walk around.
Yep.
Did you notice any deficiencies?
No deficiency found. Open items are infant belt and some paint damage.
Perfect. As discussed in the briefing then, the NOTAMs, there was quite a long list for Amsterdam. Lots of cranes due to work in progress. Category 3 approach minimums.
Yep.
That is all not applicable to us today. Would you agree?
I agree.
Perfect. The weather is we both looked at the ATIS. The wind is from the north. We depart to the north, so that's fine. It's just a bit cloudy, not too cold. The tracks and distances done today for our departure. If you can look in the legs page.
Yes.
I have planned the 36 left departure. It will be the Kudat to Victor, which is the shorter one. So the waypoint should be as follows. Runway track 002, Alpha Mike 084. After that, a right turn track 168 to the Alpha Mike 045. And do you see a speed restriction at that point?
220 knots or below.
Fantastic. We then continue Alpha Mike 036. I believe that's still 168 track.
Correct.
After that, track 179er for 14 miles, Alpha Mike 072.
Correct.
2046 miles to Lecco. Same track, 17 miles Kudat and 17 miles Woody.
All correct.
Perfect. Before we can fly this departure, we need to do a little bit of taxiing. We are currently parked at Delta 10 it is. So if we look at the chart, where are we? We are at this position, Delta 10.
Yep.
Taxi routing, would you say north or south today?
I would say north, being that ATIS also says that the 36 center is operational. So I would expect that taxiing would be along the north side from this position here. We'll pick up the Bravo and all the way down beam runway 09 with a hotspot over this part here joining the runway 09. Then probably via Charlie, and if the runway is still operational when we depart, we expect to taxi via Yankee and then Victor to the holding for the runway 36 left.
Yep, so a fair bit longer, as we can also cross Whiskey 5 on the active taxi runway. Would you consider a single engine taxi out for this taxi?
I would definitely consider that.
Very well. And where would you like to start the second engine then?
Well, the engines are cold, so we need at least 5 minutes for the warm-up of the engines. So probably right about this position here, perhaps even here. So we make sure that we have the 5 minutes warm-up time. So when we are abeamed the uniform apron, would you agree?
Yep, that sounds about right. If we do get the shortcut, we would possibly start a bit sooner, maybe just before turning right on Delta.
Perfect.
Cool. So taxi routing as briefed, we continue on Victor all the way for the full length, runway 36 left.
Yep.
Runway heading then 002. We have the departure. We briefed the departure, well, we briefed the tracks and distances as planned in the legs page. Overall, it'll be a right turn out, and then we continue on this track all the way to Woody. Speed restriction first turn, and the rest will be standard. After Woody, we have the continuation to the southeast. There's this new waypoint for that, Kudat Woody. And it says Amfof, a minimum flight level 260. We have Amfof 280.
Perfect.
So I'll put the restriction in the legs page. Alright. So that's the routing. Fuel, we have 11.3, which covers the alternates as well. And on top of that, the tracks and distances, the threats and errors, sorry. I don't see that many special threats for today, so then just for the failures. In case of an RTO, for 80 knots we stop for almost everything. Between 80 knots and 3-1 we stop for the 4 items as listed, and then we execute the RTO standard. Above the V1 we always continue flying. The main acceleration I expect about 900 feet to be retrieved from the performance data, and after that there is the MSA, highest is 2,300 feet. I would you consider landing back into Amsterdam?
Check.
Perfect. Depending on the vectors, 06 is active, so I would assume a left turn out over the sea, and then vectors for 06. To be available for, The ILS for 06 is active. We already tuned the courses and the frequencies are on standby for that.
Very well, thank you so much. I'd like to add one thread. We have some additional equipment installed in our airplane. We have a guest on our jump seat, so that might give us some distraction. Just to be aware, our mitigation, like always, communicate and according to our procedures. Okay?
Sounds good.
Good stuff. Then I have a load sheet for you. Oh, it's already came in. So I'm going to give you a copy. There you go.
Thanks.
And it's very nice that they use the fresh ink at Schiphol. So it's very hard to see, but it is still possible. We see the Tango Fox uniform. I see edition number 1. Then date is correct. And we see the 3 and 5. Do you see that too?
Yeah.
Do you see other things that standing out on this specific load sheet?
No, the loading is standard. Passenger sounds about right. The weights do add up. Yep, no, I'm happy.
Good stuff. Then the zero fuel weight, 60.7.
60.7. I'll verify with the flight plan. And the flight plan has a little bit more, 62.2.
Okay.
So that's 1.5 tons on top of that.
Good. So lighter, yes?
Yeah.
Very good.
60.7 is set with 200 kilos for taxi. It will give us takeoff weight 71.8.
71.8, that checks out with my plan. Then I have the cruise CG. That's 21.6.
21.6.
With a MECTO of 22.6.
And 22.6.
Good. Then for the performance, are you ready? We have Amsterdam, runway 36 left, full length. The takeoff weight 71.8. The thrust optimum, flap optimum, and the other consideration, we have a format limit of 20. Using the latest ADIS, what's the wind you have?
I selected the main wind, so that's main departure wind, 360 at 8. Did they update? Let's check on the latest status. Well, it's 360 at 7. Sorry, I looked at the secondary, but we depart main, so 360 at 7 it is.
Yes. Do you also have 1 degrees with the QNH 1017?
I do.
Good. In that case, we can calculate. Good. I have results.
Yeah, me too.
Runway 36 left, full length, flap 1, acceleration height 842, V1 163, VR 164, V2 167, takeoff 2, 79%, with an assumed of 36 degrees.
Yeah, I have the same.
Good.
I'll update the temperature as it increased since the last ATIS. We don't have derate to 36 degrees. No bump. Flaps 1, 163, 164, and 167. Acceleration 842, and that gives 900 feet. Yeah.
Good. You have takeoff 2 with an assumed of 36 degrees and 79. The flaps 1, V1 163, VR 164, V2 167. Then the MFRA 900, outer throttle and 167 with an RNAV departure. Would you mind getting the clearance, please?
I'll do. So to confirm, we are 7 Tango Golf, facility Amsterdam, destination Madeira, and information Papa received.
Correct.
Alright, departure clearance. We are clear to Madeira 36 left, good at 2 Victor as briefed. Squawk with 2134.
Perfect.
Next frequency 121.655, that's planner. And it is Romeo CTOT at 0552 and cleared flight level 60. Monitor and report ready in TSAT window.
Perfect. Thank you.
A
very good morning, sir.
Good morning. Departure check is completed. The pin is set. Can I lift the aircraft?
Parking brake is set. You can lift. We have another minute before the T-set runs, so I'll get back to you within 30 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
French 7 Tango Golf. Goedemorgen. I call you in 2 minutes to meet you slotten.
Copy. Orange 7 Tango Golf.
So for your information, we made contact. Another 2 minutes till expected push.
Okay, call me back.
Thank you.
Ground Orange 7 Tango Golf, request pushback and startup, gate Delta 10.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, startup push approved.
Pushback and startup is approved, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Complete resource for start procedure. And pressure. Stabilizer trim 6.5. And the before start checklist.
Before start checklist, flight deck door is closed and locked.
You can add the hot mic.
Fuel, we have 11,300 kilos and 6 pumps on. Passenger signs set. Windows
Locked.
locked. MCP.
V2167 heading 003 level 60.
Takeoff speeds.
Go ahead.
Sorry. V1163, VR164 and V2167. CDU pre-flight completed. Rudder and aileron trim.
3 and 0.
Taxi and takeoff briefing completed. Anti-collision light on. Before start checklist complete.
So the push has been approved, ground, and the parking brake is set.
Okay, release the brakes.
Parking brake release.
Okay, starting the push and both engines are clear to start.
Perfect. For your information, we're only going to start one engine, the engine number 2.
Only number 2, okay.
And starting number 2 now.
Yeah.
Start number 2 engine.
In 61 crossing is approved, Whiskey 5 and after crossing contact 12156.
Crossing approved, Whiskey 5 and after crossing 12156, Whiskey Canon 61, goedendag.
Okay, the pushback is completed, you may set the brakes.
Parking brake set.
Goedemorgen, Bravo Golf Mike, ter hoogte van Rijmenal van 9, Bravo 17. West vervolgen, Bravo Golf Mike.
Start to get out.
Check. Sir, we have a good engine start. You can disconnect the equipment. Thank you very much for your help and see you next time.
Okay, have a nice day, have a nice flight, sir. Bye bye.
Good. Flight control. Left and right. En de rudder. Pin gezien. En recall. We expect 3 ELEC, hydraulics and air conditioning, all associated with the SETO. SETO before taxi checklist.
SETO before taxi checklist. Generator Correction, SATA before taxi checklist, generator 2 on, probe heat on, engine number 2 anti-ice off, isolation valve closed, engine start switch 2 continuous, recall, checked, auto brake RTO, flap lever,
Set.
engine number 2 start lever,
Idle detent.
flight controls,
Checked.
and ground equipment,
Clear.
SATA before taxi checklist complete.
Request taxi.
Delta 258, all correct. Right in a Bravo.
Right turn on Bravo, Delta 258.
Current orange 7 Tango Golf, request taxi.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, leave Alpha 5 and then hold before Alpha.
Leave Alpha 5, hold short of Alpha, orange 7 Tango Golf. Alright,
Helemaal Papa crossing approved.
non-standard,
Crossing 1.5.
relief Alpha 5.
Crossing approved, 1156 after crossing.
And then expecting a different taxi routing, but we'll see when we get there.
80 Zulu, left on Alpha.
Ja. Inside, then it's Quebec, Whiskey 5, 4 runway 36 left, orange 7 Tango Golf.
Delta 258, stemmen ground, 1.805.
Good, that is complete.
2180.
Alpha 5 is turned to the right here. Then the Embraer, we have him in sight. It's on our 12 o'clock, following him. A different taxi routing than briefed. The taxi routing now via Quebec and to cross Whiskey 5. Yeah. So there's also a change for the engine start. Where would you like to start the number 1 engine?
I would start the number 1 engine, probably beam the Alpha 20 parking position.
Yeah, I agree.
URT.
My RT.
And right is clear. Cabin secure.
Check URT, my change.
Goedemorgen, KLM 1184, verkeer in Gewoning.
KLM 1184, left on Alpha, Charlie 15.
Alpha for Charlie 15, KLM 1184.
Wil je nog wat VOR's erbij voor jouw departure?
Ground, Delta 134 on Sierra 4 going to Echo 17.
Delta 134, correct. Make a right in a Bravo.
Right on Bravo, Delta 134.
You did not brief.
That's right. This before.
There's no issue on terrain here. I will join you on the weather radar. There's some build-ups in the south of Amsterdam.
That's okay.
Delta 134, initially hold short of Sierra 7.
Hold short Sierra 7, Delta 134.
Alright. So after Quebec we go straight ahead and then against the normal direction Alpha 26 and then Bravo for the inner.
That is correct. By Alpha 26 joining Bravo at the inner. Copy. Good. So Alpha 26, that is straight ahead, then the second one to the right.
Exactly.
Perfect.
So he didn't specify. Shall I ask to continue Delta Whiskey 5?
He did not specify, but I think if he wants us to go back to Charlie, he will tell us.
Yeah.
But of course, if you want to verify, be my guest.
AFM, straight ahead for Delta Whiskey 5, crossing is approved.
Crossing approved, Orange 7 Tango Golf. Alright, crossing also approved.
That covers that.
Yeah.
Are you happy to start the number 1 engine?
Yes.
Good. Start number 1 engine, my RT.
Packs are off and indications are there. So first of all, we select the engine start switch, which opens the start valve, and now we can see that the N2 is spinning, and that's the indication internally in the engine, the rotation. We have the motoring to stabilize the engine a bit before we start, and at 25% we select the engine start lever, which will do some self-tests. Now it introduced fuel. We see the EGT rising. And at 63% we expect the starter to be disconnected. Start to get out. Check. We have a good start.
Check. So we approach Whiskey 5. Check. Crossing is approved. Could you confirm?
Confirm. And right is clear.
Check. So ground asks us to contact 121.56 after crossing. Your RT?
By RT.
Boeing 7 Tango Golf, taxi to Victor 4.
Taxi Victor 4 on 7 Tango Golf. Right, Victor 4, that will give us full length.
Check. And that's what our calculation is about.
Yes.
So no differences to be expected anymore. So the SETO before takeoff checklist.
SETO before takeoff checklist. Generators on, anti-ice off, isolation valve auto, engine start switches continuous, recall
Checked.
checked. Flaps
1 with the green light.
engine start levers, idle detent, stabilizer trim.
6.5 units.
SETO before takeoff checklist completed.
Check.
Engine oil temperature is above 31.
Check.
Right, to this please.
Goedemorgen, Helm 31 Alpha. 31 Alpha, goedemorgen, het is Victor 4. Victor 4, Helm 31 Alpha. Boeing 7 Tango Golf, 118.280.
118.280, around 7 Tango Golf. Tower, orange 7 Tango Golf, approaching Victor Portal.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, 36 left, clear for takeoff, wind 3608, bye.
Alright, that's the weather radar for us. She said 36 left, clear for takeoff. We have 1 minute 30 seconds left.
Ja, ik heb hem, I started my timing and I have 50
perfect.
seconds.
Copy.
We can line up and we're also cleared for takeoff.
Affirm.
So Stefan, 15 seconds to go. Upon turn, the timing is complete. Would you be ready?
Yes.
Good. Timing 5 minutes 6 seconds. You have control.
I have control.
Trust set. $80 knots.
Check.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Enough speed.
Check.
And one.
Check. Flaps up.
On the Kuda 2 Victor departure.
Hello, Orange 7 Tango Golf, climb level 130.
Climb flight level 130, Orange 7 Tango Golf. Flight level 130 set.
Check.
Set standard.
Standard. Flight level 30.
Standard. Flight level 31.
And about 618, descend to level 45.
Cabin is released, checked.
And we're ready after takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist, engine bleeds on, packs auto, landing gear up, flaps up, no light. After takeoff checklist is complete.
You have control?
I have control.
Thrust set. $80 knots.
Check.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Enough speed.
Check.
And one.
Check. Flaps up.
Now the 200 on the Kuda 2 Victor departure.
Hello, Orange 7 Tango Golf, climb level 130.
Climb flight level 130, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Flight level 130 set.
Check.
set standard.
Standard, flight level 30.
Standard, flight level 31.
Level 618, descend to level 45.
Cabin is released, checked.
And we're ready after takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist, engine bleeds on, PAX, auto, landing gear up, flaps up, no light. After takeoff checklist is complete. Amsterdam, goedemorgen, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
7 Tango Golf, goedemorgen, climb to level 260.
Climb flight level 260, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Line 927 one retro descent, at least 1000.
Flight level 260.
1500 feet or greater, runner 927.
260 set.
What do you think of the cabin?
I think it looks stable, we can release them.
Releasing cabin. So now we're passing 17,500 feet, and our efficiency department, they calculated that it's the most efficient to climb with the speed that we have of 275 until the position I will show you. So our target speed is 275, but until we pass flight level 170, the speed was 248, all for the maximum efficiency of using of fuel. That's all to do with the amount of wind or the temperature in the air, so we use the fuel as efficiently as possible. They call it the opti climb. Good morning, Orange 7 Tango Golf, passing level 235 for 260, inbound Woody.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, identified, climb level 290.
Climb level 290, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Flight level 290 set.
Turkish 184, contact
Goed,
Maastricht
CPDOC is
1333.
locked in.
Check.
Maastricht Center established.
Fantastic.
Okay, MCP speed, vertical speed.
Check.
Marty,
Yorty.
the change is copied, level 350. We just departed from Amsterdam from the runway 36 left, which is called the Polderbaan. Took us about 12 minutes to get there. We were a bit fortunate that the center runway was not operational at the moment. If that would have been operational, the taxi routing would have been an additional 5 minutes. So arriving at the beginning of the runway, the Polderbaan, the 36 left, we departed on the Kudit to Victor departure. I have the chart here. This would be the runway 36 left on a northerly direction to the position Alpha Mike 084. At that position we made a turn and turned to the track of 168 to the position Alpha Mike 036. Flight level 370 is checked. And N1 VNAV speed. After passing the Alpha Mike 36, we continue to the Alpha Mike 072 to a track of 204 Lecco, Kudat and Woody. So this is the bigger view of the entire chart. There's some additional information on this specific SID chart, covering, for example, the maximum altitude that terrain would have, 2,300 in the southerly part, 1,700. And the actual position now of our airplane, we can see it over here in the routing. It takes some time. To adjust the signal of the GPS, and if the signal of the GPS is connected, you can see exactly on the map where we are. You just saw a picture of Paris, so Paris would be right about here. So the GPS, if it's connected, it will pop up just a little bit on the western part of Paris. Furthermore, the routing will consist of, if you see here, starting at Amsterdam, southerly direction, passing Rotterdam, passing Antwerp, passing Brussels, and then entering French airspace. Then we change correction position Covin, and following this route all the way down to a southwesterly direction, crossing France. I'll give you a bigger view of France. This would be Normandy, and you will see here the entire position of France. Then we'll leave the French airspace at position over the Gulf of Biscayne, and we'll join the northern part of Spain at the approximate position of Asturias. Then we'll cross exactly the most northerly point of Portugal, and then we'll pick up the Atlantic tracking all the way down to the Madeira island. A little bit further down we'll show you more of the arrivals of Madeira.
So to start on the right side, typical for the MAX, we have bigger screens, more space, and that means that we have on this side a little bit of room for more information data. As you can see, starting with FLT, the flight, this is our call sign today, Tango Fox Lima for TUI Fly Netherlands. transponder code that we have selected and some other data, the Zelco, and to confirm the registration of the aircraft. Also integrate this clock, the UTC time with the date and also the elapsed time. And this will start automatically when we take off. We also have the timer out there. We can control that from this button. When we continue to the primary flight instruments, on the left side we have the airspeed, and also currently we are targeting a Mach number, and as a reference this is the actual Mach number we are currently flying. Upper and lower speed warnings, and then we have the artificial horizon. As you can see, there is the flight path vector, and that is showing that we are currently on the horizon, but the actual path is slightly to the left, and that is due to the crosswind. We have the pitch indicator, which is the angle, the attitude that the aircraft is actually flying, and as you can see it is slightly above 2.5 degrees, and that is due to the angle of the air is well, the pitch attitude is slightly positive, as you can see, to maintain this level attitude. The magenta bars are for the flight directors, which is the autopilot instructing us to well, fly this attitude and this bank angle to maintain straight and level flight. And the bank angle we can see up there. On the right side we have the altitude information, again a magenta bug for the target. We have flight level 370 and the meters information is on top for reference. On this side there's the vertical speed indicator, and as you can see it fluctuates a little bit, but it averages on 0, and that's due to the autopilot correcting slightly for the differences in altitudes. On the top of the primary flight displays we have the autopilot annunciations. We can see that the thrust lever is controlled by the FMC speed. The roll is controlled by LNAV, which is the lateral navigation, and the altitude is controlled by the VNAV path. And the VNAV path in this case is just to maintain flight level 370, but later on it will also control the descent, so it will calculate an optimal descent profile all the way down to the runway, and that we can follow. All the way in the bottom we have the lateral navigation part for us. Again, a magenta bug for the heading that we currently maintain, or actually we're maintaining the GPS track, but this is the heading bug. And as you can see, this is the deviation from this GPS track that we are flying. On the left hand side here we have the wind information calculated by the flight management computer, which is real time, and it also gives us an indication of the ground speed and also the true airspeed in these conditions. Currently we don't have navigation radios that are receiving, so it's showing the frequency. It will actually auto identify the identifier of the VOR, so on the ground it would have shown Sierra Papa Lima, as this was still the frequency for Schiphol VOR. Then we have the nav display on the left. As you can see on this side we have the expanded view, system pages and whatnot. It will split the view, as you can see on the captain side as well. The nav display, it shows currently the airport, and I have the weather radar active, but there is not much weather, so it won't show anything. On the left side you can show the terrain radar, and I can actually show it on your side as well. Terrain is shown always in black or green, with the highest point at this being 8,800 feet, which is this mountain. It's actually the northern part of Spain, close to Asturias. That's about 8,800 feet. The blue, that's also new on the MAX. It is also showing where there's sea. As it only has sort of the dotted green and bright green for the highest point, it cannot show a difference between any terrain that is lower and not a factor. So on the NGs you would actually see black go everywhere, and on the MAX you can actually see the coastline, which can be useful for reference. Other information we can see from the nav display, the current waypoint we are tracking to, with the estimated time of arrival and also the distance to go, and the rest is pretty much a duplicate of what we see on the abbreviated navigation display below the primary flight instrument. As a backup, as aircraft have a lot of backup systems, we have the standby instruments, and then on the captain's side we also have the engine instruments. As you noticed during the engine start on the ground, we have the expanded engine instruments, which will automatically show up if there is anything wrong. And on the bottom right, then
you can switch them to your ND for presentation.
Oh yeah. So from top to bottom, the engine indications. Mainly we look at the N1 indication, which is pretty much the rotation of the big fan in front of the engine. We then have the EGT, exhaust gas temperature, and then the N2. As I explained before, that is more internal rotation, and we don't primarily use it to indicate how much thrust the engine is providing. Below that, the fuel flow, and then we have oil pressure, oil temperature, and oil quantity, and also the vibrations that the engine is measuring. In case of minor deficiencies in the fan blade, of course, because it's all a very sensitive system and the airflow, you can see a bit more vibration, and that can be an indication of error. So that's why usually it won't show, but if there is anything wrong with the engine, it will automatically pop up. Then to finish up, we have the flap indicator, and that is also different in the MAX. On the NG it's just a separate gauge, and the MAX it is shown next to the engine instruments.
You have control? Just to explain you some details about Madeira. At this moment we fly over Spain. We are almost entering the Portuguese airspace. The GPS where we talked earlier about GPS symbol, now it's present, and you see our exact position on the map. So we'll follow the routing on this Atlantic Ocean, and then we arrive at Madeira. Madeira is a special category airport. Stefan, he made the takeoff at Amsterdam. We swapped roles, where now I'm the pilot flying and he's the pilot monitoring. So the reason being that the special category airport at Madeira, being a Cat C airport, it requires some additional training and some experience to land at this airport. So, to give you an overview on how the area looks around Madeira, here we have an overview chart of the island and all the specifics, where we have the minimum sector altitudes, 3,500 in the area where we're coming in from the northeastern part. And around the island 8,200 feet, and that's due to the high terrain of this mountain here being 5,965. So this is an overview chart. We're going to make a preparation in a few minutes within our FMC to program our FMC so we can have an RMP approach today on the runway 05. It still depends a bit. The weather is changing, the winds are changing a bit, so there's also still a possibility that they swap the runways from runway 05 to runway 23. But for now, we got the information, the weather information, and Stefan can show you, I guess, if he puts it in the FMC, then we can show the weather. So if you have a look here, it's Madeira, the time is 7:30 Zulu. We expect an RMP approach for the runway in use, runway 05. The runway is reported being wet, but the time that they did the measuring, it was 04 Zulu, and at this moment it's 050 Zulu, so it's already almost 4 hours old. So we can also see the touchdown zone wind. It's 030 with 4 knots, and also being a little bit variable. So the wind's turning from 340 to 60 degrees. So quite a good visibility with the clouds broken at 1300. It's lower than we normally would encounter, but still within our limitations to continue. Temperature 16 degrees, and Rosario wind I will show you in a moment. It says 020 at 5 knots. So if we take this chart, the RMP Alpha for the runway 05, there's a lot of information on this chart here. And I'll turn my iPad so you have a better view on how this approach is going to be flown. First, of course, we look at the details of the chart. It's 27 May of 2021. It's the RMP Alpha for the runway 05. And at this moment, we already have the clearance from Lisboa to go directly to Lidro. Lidro is a point in the arrival, which I will show you in a moment. So after Lidro, the arrival, we come to the point where it's Pilum. That's the initial approach fix, where we'll make the RMP approach. And the RMP approach, the reason for this RMP approach to become visual with the island. Not only the island, but also the runway. Because the RMP ends next to the runway, as you can see here. So the Mike Alpha 566, this point, that would be the point where we need to see the runway. If we do not see the runway, then we have to make a go around. From that position point, we'll have to continue visually to finish our flight. So if we see that chart from this position here, the Mike Alpha 566, same as you saw over there, then this dotted line over here means we have to continue visually pure by looking at the runway and setting the turn following the positions here: base turn, Galo point, Rosario point. Those 2 points are also within our FMC, so are also going to be a LNAV track that we can follow. Most important thing is that we see the terrain and see the runway, and for night arrivals they have the curved lead-in lights. So this is the broad view of this approach. There are some things to consider in this approach. That's all to do with wind. There's a restriction on different winds on different positions. So for example, if we have the wind coming in from this position here where we arrive, let me see. You see the wind limitations are more limiting than a normal approach would be. For example, if the wind would come between 300 and 010, the maximum amount of wind is 15 knots with a gust of 25. If the wind is from the other position, you can see there's also some limitations on that. That Rosario point that I showed earlier on the ATIS is this position over here. So they also give the wind at this position and the wind at their touchdown zone.
We will retrieve the latest digital ATIS as we discussed before. And the latest information has its time 8 o'clock Zulu, so it's 27 minutes old. It's still the RMP approach for runway 05. The condition, it's now measured at 0750, so that's only half an hour ago and still wet.
Yeah.
Transition level 60 that we have planned for, and the wind at the touchdown zone is 340 with 3 knots. It's still variable between 330 and 040. Visibility is 10 kilometers or more. Clouds still broken 1300 feet. Temperature 16 and QNH 1014 to be expected.
And 1014, that's checked and set.
Checked. Rosario wind 350 at 4, and that is also variable 330 and 060. And information echo.
Good, thank you.
There is an additional page which is empty. Fine.
Good. So we have no deficiencies on the airplane. Would you be able to do the calculation landing performance, please?
Yeah. fuel quantity at the moment 5 tons, and we are going to use 1.6 more. That brings our gross weight to 64.1.
I agree.
The expected approach speed would be 143.
Check.
So we have the performance data then. The airport is selected Madeira in Funchal, runway 05. The condition is good, and that's based on the wet runway, so it's not dry. We have braking actions, good, all the way to poor. And the condition code was 5, and therefore we select condition good. The wind 030 at 4 knots. Outside air temperature 16 degrees QNH, and the misplaced climb gradient is not applicable at this approach. We use the standard minimum for the segment. Flap setting, would you prefer 30 or 40?
In this specific case, prefer flaps 30.
Check. So flaps 30, automatic spoilers, and we have no credits for the reserve. Reverse thrust. Anti-ice temperature is 16 degrees, so they can remain off, and we would like to have the settings for all brake settings. No normals, and it will be a manual landing. The landing weight we calculated 64.1 tons, and there's no VREF additive. You would use that in case of gusty weather, where you would like to have a little bit more speed to be able to accommodate for this turbulence, or well, not turbulence, but the gusts in wind. So the calculation results. I have a landing for 64.1 tons. The VREF 30 speeds is 143, which we cross-checked there. The auto brakes, we have a landing distance available, 2,480 meter, and that is according to the chart. So we have 3 auto brake settings, or 4 if you include a max auto. What auto brake setting would you prefer?
I think that 2 would be sufficient. We will aim at the turning pad here, and we'll turn the airplane for a slight backtrack and then vacate via Bravo again.
Perfect.
So this amount of distance would be sufficient. Auto brake 2.
Cool. Without reverse thrust, auto brakes 2 gives us a 26 minutes turnaround time. We're scheduled for 50 or so minutes, so that is no problem. I'll select those. Flaps 30 it is. Standard 5 knots wind correction, and the auto brake will select 2.
Check. Thank you. Before we do the crew briefing, we were cleared for the arrival, the Lidro 1 Papa. Could you verify the tracks and distances for me?
Yes, so from Lidro, it should say track 217, 41 miles to Mike Alpha 536.
Correct.
216, 12 miles to Mike Alpha 534.
That is correct.
With an altitude restriction.
4,000 feet.
Track 226 for 6 miles to Pilim.
Yep.
And that has an altitude of 3,000 or above. We then continue initially the RMP Alpha chart.
Yep.
From Pilim, track 219er for 4 miles to Mike Alpha 536.
Yeah, the arrival ends at Pilim, so we'll brief you after Pilim the RMP.
Okay.
The only thing, there's also a speed restriction over Pilim. Do you also see that in the chart?
Yeah, it's not on the star, it's on the RMP again.
Okay, it's on the RP again, so that's the restriction of 230 knots.
Yeah.
So in that case, thank you for that. Airplane, we have no deficiencies. We already checked the recall system. I'll do it again. No deficiencies on the airplane. Have you found any NOTAMs that we need to discuss over Madeira?
We discussed briefly about the maintenance works going on. We do have a slot, so it should not be a factor.
Okay.
So
good. All right, thank you. Weather-wise, we have seen in ATIS, the latest ATIS is about 20 minutes old now. Some clouds, 1,300 feet. No limiting wind and temperature, which is nice. The runway is wet. We calculated with wet figures, and so weather-wise, we're okay. Fuel, more than enough, 4.5. For now we have an alternate of Lanzarote, and in case of a malfunction we can also use the option of Porto Santo. If not, weather related, we should divert to Lanzarote. Anyhow, then in that case, I'll show you the RMP Alpha approach for the runway 05. In the FMC, we have at this moment the RMP approach runway 05, and you can move along with the FMC and the routing of the points. The date chart 27 May, you would have the same, I guess, with an RMP Alpha for the runway 705 or 05 with a 7.5 number on the chart.
Yep.
It starts at the Pilum. The restriction where we talked about 230 is on here. There's also published holding. Furthermore, on the chart, a lot of notifications. We have some ball marks for visual approach pattern. The runway 05C, the RMP 05 visual, which we'll brief you in a moment. There's a caution. Execute all turns over the sea due to high terrain on the sector north and west of the airport. MSA specific, 82 in the northern part, 2.9 in the southerly part, and that's 2.0 in the area where we operate. Yeah. Then there's another warning for landing wind limitations. Well, we talked about that already. Then also a big ball mark here, an RNAV procedure for cloud breaking. For now, we have broken clouds at 1300 feet, so we stick to the plan. We'll make an RMP approach all the way down to our minima, 940 feet. During this lateral part, we pass the Mike Alpha 563. Do you have that in the FMC?
Yeah, Mike Alpha 563.
Then we'll pass the Mike Alpha 564.
Yes.
The Mike Alpha 565.
Yes.
And then eventually the Mike Alpha 566.
Yes.
So if we see the vertical profile, there we have both points, the 563, the 564. The 564 is our FAF and the intermediate of the 563. This is a 2 mile. What would you call me when we approach the MA 563?
That'd be the call, approaching glide path.
Exactly. What do you expect of me when you do the call?
I expect you to verify the aircraft configuration and also check the required settings in the mode control panel. One of the autopilots would be in command. We can select the minimums, LNAV and VNAV with the speed window open.
Correct, thank you. Then we'll join a 3 degrees glide path, 2.98 to be exact, all the way down to our minima where we cross the Mike Alpha 565 at 2180 to the Mike Alpha 566, which is our missed approach point. Yeah. If we do not have visual contact with the runway, which is on the right side, then we should make a missed approach. Missed approach is not in the FMC from point Mike Alpha 566. So I would name that as a threat. I would ask you to select MONIC manually in the FMC so we can proceed MONIC. Restriction 230 knots as a maximum and 3,000 feet. For MONIC we can join the hold specified here in the chart and also specified in the FMC. If we do have visual contact, stand by.
One year.
Base power 132.255 for a 7 Tango Golf. Base power Orange 7 Tango Golf, flight level 370 in Madeira.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, please widen to 5.
Good. Other considerations that we have, the minima is set, the missed approach is specified here, and runway will come back to that in that visual segment of the chart. Other items you would like me to mention? No? Good. Then the second chart, it's the visual part. Visual part of this runway, it starts a little bit early, the 565, but it actually starts here at the Mike Alpha 566. So again, a lot of information. There's a caution, it's the same caution. For the instrument approach, it refers to the chart that we just discussed. Here are some wind limitations. Those are a main factor which we already explained to our audience, but also to you in an earlier stage.
So for now we are well within our limitations with the wind that's provided to us. So we're okay to execute. So this all being a visual flown segment, firstly after the MI566 will continue to a point which is called MA534 in our FMC, which is not specified here on this chart, but that's just to show you how it looks when we fly the entire route. So I'll show also the audience here. If we close it up here, and I'll transfer the display, the instruments for a moment. So for a bigger view, the 565, the 566, then the point 852, which is also a point which is not on the chart, just for an LNAV path to be created. So you see it's a very nice continuous turn into position Galo, which we have on our chart here. Then position Rosario, where we have the wind information from our ATIS. Then restrictions, they're not hard restriction, the 850 and the 460 feet being a visual approach. Now, then we expect approximately between 500 and 300 feet to be wings level and to continue. There's some aids for us. We have a PAPI on the left hand side, we have a PAPI on the right hand side. The PAPI on the right hand side shows you 3 degrees, but they are a little bit offset. They have been turned like this to support you. When you look outside, you can see if we are on the 3 degrees glide path. Yeah. When you're final, the right side may be different than the left side PAPI. Okay? Gotcha. Furthermore on this chart, same MSA, nothing else to tell about this picture here. There's a remark distance are indicated on visual pattern for runway 05 beyond the missed approach point. Missed approach. Anytime that we should find ourselves in a situation that a missed approach is required. When we have not executed the turn, I'll ask you to select MONEC and we'll continue to position MONEC. Once we started the turn, I will continue the turn all the way around, overhead the runway, and then to MONEC again. Again, I will ask you to select MONEC manually. Yep. If we are on final, same story, we'll continue, and I'll ask you to select MONEC. So that's different, non-standard operation, or actually it's not being detailed on this visual chart what the missed approach procedure should be. This is how it is. Then we expect to land. We did our landing calculations, and the landing calculation would give us that we'll turn approximately this turning pad here. We cannot turn on the runway and we'll vacate on Bravo. Do you mind taking the cabin to me, please? Yes. The landing, this is the ground chart, same wind information. We'll turn at the turning pad, vacate via Bravo, and then we'll park on a stand which is available here for us. Cool. French errors, what can you think of?
We did mention the terrain, which is especially a factor in missed approach procedures that you briefed. Yeah. The wind, it is reported variable. Yeah. How would you mitigate that?
Well, mitigation on 3 knots, like we do. We'll stay on the VNAV profile, we'll stay on the LNAV profile, although it's going to be manually flown. Yeah. Further mitigation on concerning wind, nothing concerning terrain. We have our VSD, which will be active on your side with the full screen, so you have enough view for the entire island.
Perfect. Yeah, those are the main threats in base turn. You might not see that on me, so I'll have to look outside and judge for that. You can look inside and you have the map mode display, of course. Yeah.
So I'll mainly look outside. That's a threat that I would like to mention. I would ask you to call me out verities on speed and verities on altitude or vertical speed, that matter, or bank angle. Nevertheless, my eyes will be inside outside, but I will pick up the visual trajectory and land the airplane on the runway 05.
Sounds good.
Good.
Dankjewel.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Decent checklist.
Trajectory.
Pressurization, landing altitude 200. Recall.
Checked.
Checked. Auto brake 2. Landing data.
VREF 30143, minimums Baro 940.
VREF 30143, minimums Baro 9040. Approach briefing.
Complete.
Descent checklist complete.
Thank you.
Schiphol Orange 7 Tango Golf. Request descent.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, roger, descent to flight level 250.
Descent flight level 250. Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Flight level 250 set.
Check. Retard.
Check.
Arm.
Check.
Request for Madeira.
Check.
And 8 is. It says information Golf, 12 minutes old, still runway 05. It's wet. Wind to touchdown zone is now reported calm. Rosario 320 at 3 degrees.
Check.
Visibility is good, broken at 1300 feet, scattered now 3000.
Check.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, contact Madeira, approach 119.605.
119er, decimal 605, Orange 7 Tango Golf. Approach Orange 7 Tango Golf, descending flight level 250 in Madeira.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, Madeira approach, good morning, radar contact, continue descent to 3000 feet, QNH 1014.
Continue descent 3000 feet, QNH 1014, information Golf received, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, maintain a high speed during descent, number 2, no delay expected.
Maintain high speed, no delay, and number 2, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Number 2.
Speed, zegt hij.
Clear down
3000 feet.
3000 feet. Wil jij vragen aan hem? Wij doen op dit moment 243 knopen. Ask him if that's good enough for him.
Approach Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, Madeira.
We are maintaining a speed of 243 knots, 243. Is that sufficient or do you need us to increase?
Confirm 240.
Affirm, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, are able to increase to 290 knots?
290?
We can, yeah.
We can increase, Orange 290, correction. We can increase 290 knots, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
And 7 Tango Golf, Roger, thank you. Increase speed to 290 knots.
290, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Goed.
Set in a descent page.
Ja, dankjewel. Ik heb vertical speed gekozen.
Checked.
Speed comes up to 290.
Check.
Check. Pods coming.
Check.
Required vertical speed 2400 to maintain path.
Check.
Adjusting passenger comfort.
approach horn, 7 Tango Golf, reducing 240 knots below 100.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, Roger, thank you.
feet.
Check.
Push 160, reduce speed to 230 knots.
Enable next altitude.
Speed 230 knots, Push 160.
I would say next altitude is 4,000 or above, but we'll manage. Are you ready for our approach checklist?
I am ready for the approach checklist.
Altimeters
1014.
1014, approach checklist complete.
Check.
Feet to level off.
Check.
QRT.
MyRT.
Cabin secure.
Check.
IRT.
QRT. No change. Good.
Approaching glide path.
1000. Autopilot still engaged. Check. LNOF, VNOF, and
Orange
flap
7 Tango Golf, contact tower 118-355.
118.355 per tower. Orange 7 Tango Golf.
flap 5.
FNC speeds. Tower Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, Madeira Tower, report visual, Hanser 5.
Welcome, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Cancel auto throttle. Jammer dat het poor visibility is for now. We'll break clouds in a moment and you'll see Madeira on the right hand side there, Steve. Beautiful view of the runway. A little bit further. Here you'll find the Funchal VOR at the
2500.
check.
Yeah. Yeah. This looks like the last layer of clouds.
Check. Beautiful. You see the runway? Right over there. Yeah, it's on a sort of bridge. It's the last part of the runway.
Happy to call official?
Yes, I am happy to call visual.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, official, runway 05.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, clear visual approach, Hanser 05, wind check, Rosari 280 degrees, 7 knots. Touchdown 280 degrees, 6 knots, gust 16, variable between 130 and 300 degrees.
Copy, cleared visual approach from the 05, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
So the wind changed a bit.
Approaching minimums.
VNF alt is checked.
VNF alt.
Minimums checked.
Check.
That's our low from
280 has no limitations on the wind.
and Alpha
Nee,
1
maar
now.
you can adjust the approach speed by make it 10.
Yeah.
And
So-
that's because of the gust.
Yeah, I agree. So final speed 153.
Check.
Okay. You're past the beam point. And
Check.
traffic is rolling.
Check. Gear down. Flaps 15. Manual flight.
Flight director.
Manual thrust. Match heading on runway. Flap 30. Set fast.
Oops, 153 it is.
Check.
7 Tango Golf, wing at Madeira 7 knots, touchdown 300 degrees 6 knots, just 16, level between 200 and 320 degrees, 10 good line.
1,000.
1,000. Check.
Checked.
Mr. Approach altitude, please.
Minimums.
Allemaal chart. 3000 feet.
Landing.
Checked.
Als jij naar buiten kijkt, zie jij dan 2 rood?
Nee, I do not see the puppies.
Alright.
But judging it sounds about right. Yeah, I see, well, 3 red now, slightly low.
Yeah.
And check speed. And 2 white, 2 red on the left side. And also right. 500. Stable.
Check. Nou, nu hebben we de kust.
500.
Stable.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Speed brake up. Reverse normal.
Outer brake 1.
1.
Tower point 2
Outer brake off.
so there's 160 approaching the lane for RNP, so Alpha, runway 05. So 160 Madeira Tower, report visual runway 05. Report visual runway 05, Aerosource 160.
Turning pad. Check.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, backtrack approve, okay, Fly Bravo, and Alpha 4.
Backtrack approved. Then vacate Bravo, Alpha 4, or 7 Tango Golf.
Er is nergens gesproken over regen.
Nee? Ja, en de tempo.
Ja, maar niet in de ATIS.
Nee?
Toen we nog een laatste ATIS gekregen. En ja, timing.
Checked. Bravo, exit first left. And then Alpha 4, that's just past the terminal on the left side.
Check. Wipe roll. Do you know the guy who's doing the walk around?
He has a camera.
So here we have Bravo.
Identified.
All wipers can go to intermediate.
I'll wait a little bit with the APU and the traffic.
Check.
Touristic 7 Victor, request exit please. Touristic 7 Victor, line up runway 05 and expedite.
Expedite and line up and wait, runway 05, 067, Victor.
Well, did you enjoy, Stefan?
I did, yeah.
Me too.
It's a bit last minute with the wind and the gust, so I had to quickly check the charts. And then there's different charts, so yeah, it's a little bit tricky to verify.
Yep. But we were within limits.
Yeah, we are, but with the gusts, if that would have been the steady, then it is a limitation of 15, so then you still have to double check. And it's been, well,
So
we expected calm or 4 knots.
Yeah, bizarre.
Madeira, so there's 160 with the field in.
Anyhow, 3 minutes are approaching.
Surge 160, clear visual approach, runway 05, wind check, Hosari
Cool down 3
degrees 4
minutes,
knots,
shutdown
touchdown
number 1
260 degrees, variable 5 knots.
Number 1.
Clear 2 and runway
So we
05,
expect master cautions 3 times.
Master caution, EDEC.
Check.
Negative, clear visual approach, report right way. Clear visual approach, report right.
Pushback 7 Victor, confirm clear to line up, runway 05.
Confirm, sir, it's good.
Line up, runway 05.
Okay.
And master caution check.
Check on ELEC, related.
That's, yeah.
And Alpha 4. Yeah, this is 765. There we go.
Lights off. Ja, wat dacht je?
Check. Alright, and there we had the last master caution.
Check. Left clear.
Right clear.
367 Victor after departure contact approach 109.605. Wind at midpoint 320 degrees 4 knots. Variable between 290 and 360 degrees. 105, clear for takeoff, have a nice flight.
After departure 119.605, all copies and
Parking brake set. APU on the bus. 2 blues and shutting down engine. Go with your flow. Thank you for watching this video on landing in Madeira. I hope you enjoyed and look forward to seeing you again.
Takeoff, March 7, Tango Golf.
Cancel out the throttle. Jammer dat het poor visibility is for now. We'll break clouds in a moment and you'll see Madeira on the right hand side, Steve. Beautiful view of the runway. A little bit further. Here you'll find the Funchal VOR at the
2500.
check.
Yeah. Yeah. This looks like the last layer of clouds.
Check. Beautiful. You see the runway? Right over there. Yeah, it's on a sort of bridge. It's the last part of the runway.
Happy to call official?
Yes, I am happy to call visual.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, official, runway 05.
approach, Channel 05, wind check Rosari 280 degrees 7 knots. Touchdown 280 degrees 6 knots, gust 16, variable between 130 and 300 degrees.
Copy, cleared visual approach from the 05, 47 Tango Golf.
So the wind changed a bit.
Approaching minimums.
Pinafalt is checked.
Pinafalt.
Minimums checked.
Check.
Tower low from
280 has no limitations on the wind.
Nee, maar you can adjust the approach speed by make it 10.
Yeah.
And
So-
that's because of the gust.
Yeah, I agree. So final speed 153.
Check.
Okay. You're past the beam point. And
Check.
traffic is rolling.
Check. Gear down. Flaps 15. Manual flight.
Flight director.
Manual thrust. Match heading on runway. Flap 30. Set fast.
Oops, 153 it is.
Check.
7 Tango Golf, wind at Rosari 290 degrees 7 knots, touchdown 300 degrees 6 knots, gust 16, variable between 200 and 320 degrees, Channel 05, good line.
1,000.
1000. Check.
Checked.
Mr. Approach altitude, please.
Minimums.
On the chart. 3000
Minimums.
feet.
Landing.
Minimums. Checked.
Als jij naar buiten kijkt, zie jij dan 2W2 rood?
Nee, I do not see the puppies.
Alright.
But judging it sounds about right. Yeah, I see, well, 3 red now, slightly low.
Ja.
And check speed. And 2 white, 2 red on the left side. And also right. 500. Stable.
Check. Nou, nu hebben we de kust.
500.
Stable.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Speed brake up. Reverse normal.
Auto brake 1.
1.
Tower point 2
Auto brake
on the
off.
other. So there's 160 approaching terrain for RNP, Alpha, Hanoi 05. So 160 Madeira Tower, report visual Hanoi 05. Report visual Hanoi 05, Aerosurge 160.
Turning pad. Check.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, backtrack approve, vacate via Bravo, and off 4.
Backtrack approved, then vacate Bravo, Alpha 4, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Er is nergens gesproken over regen.
Nee? Ja, in de tempo.
Ja, maar niet in de ATIS.
Nee?
We hebben nog een laatste ATIS gekregen. En ja, timing.
Cabin secure.
Check.
IRT.
Your T, no change. Good.
Approaching flight path.
1000. Autopilot still engaged. LNOV, VNOV, and flap 1.
7 Golf, contact tower on 8355.
18.355 per tower. Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Flap 5.
FNC speed. Tower Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Orange 7 Tango Golf Madeira Tower report visual hands 5.
Takeoff Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Cancel out of throttle. Jammer dat het poor visibility is for now. We'll break clouds in a moment and you'll see Madeira on the right hand side there, Steve. Beautiful view of the runway. A little bit further. Here you'll find the Funchal VOR at the
2500.
check.
Yeah. Yeah. This looks like the last layer of clouds.
Check. Beautiful. You see the runway? Right over there. Yeah, it's on a sort of bridge. It's the last part of the runway.
Happy to call official?
Yes, I am happy to call visual.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, official, runway 05.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, clear visual approach, hands 05, wind check, Rosario 280 degrees 7 knots. Touchdown 280 degrees 6 knots, gust 16, variable between 130 and 300 degrees.
Copy, cleared visual approach from the 05, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
So the wind changed a bit.
Approaching minimums.
PNF alt is checked.
PNF alt.
Minimums checked.
Check.
Tower low from
280 has no limitations on the wind.
and Alpha
Nee,
1
maar you can adjust the approach speed by make it 10.
Yeah.
And
So-
that's because of the gust.
Yeah, I agree. So final speed 153.
Check.
Okay. You're past the beam point.
Check.
Traffic is rolling.
Check. Gear down. Flaps 15. Manual flight.
Flight director.
Manual thrust. Match heading on runway. Flap 30. Set fast.
Oops, 153 it is.
Check.
7 Tango Golf, wind at Rosario 290 degrees 7 knots, touchdown 300 degrees 6 knots, gust 16, variable between 200 and 320 degrees, hands 5, good line.
1000.
1000. Check.
Checked.
Mr. Approach altitude, please.
Minimums.
On my chart. 3000
Minimums.
feet.
Landing.
Minimums. Checked.
Als jij naar buiten kijkt, zie jij dan 2W2 rood?
Nee, I do not see the puppies,
Alright.
but judging it sounds about right. Yeah, I see, well, 3 red now, slightly low.
Ja.
And check speed. And 2 white, 2 red on the left side, and also right. 500. Stable.
Check. Nou, nu hebben we de kust.
500.
Stable.
$50, $40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse normal.
Outer brake 1.
1.
Tower muito bom dia, Soros 160 approaching Berlin for RNP, so Alpha, runway 05. Soros 160, Madeira Tower, report visual runway 05. Report visual runway 05, Soros 160.
Turning pad. Check.
Orange 7 Tango Golf, backtrack approve, Gateway Bravo, and Alpha 4.
Backtrack approved, then vacate Bravo, Alpha 4, Orange 7 Tango Golf.
Er is nergens gesproken over regen.
Nee? Ja, en de tempo.
Ja, maar niet inderdaad, dus
Nee?
we hebben nog een laatste ATS gegeven. Anyhow, timing.
Checked. Bravo, exit first left. And then Alpha 4, that's just past the terminal on the left side.
Check. Wipe roll. Do you know the guy who's doing the walk around?
He has a camera.
So here we have Bravo.
Identified.
Wipers can go to intermediates.
I'll wait a little bit with the APU and the traffic.
Check.
Touristic 7 Victor, request exit please.
Touristic 7 Victor, line up runway 05 and expedite.
Expedite and line up and wait, runway 05, touristic 7 Victor.
Well, did you enjoy, Stefan?
I did, yeah.
Me too.
It's a bit last minute with the wind and the gust, so I had to quickly check the charts. And then there's different charts, so yeah, it's a little bit tricky to verify.
Yep. But we were within limits.
Yeah, we are, but with the gusts, if that would have been the steady, then it is a limitation of 15, so then you still have to double check. And it's been, well,
So
we expected calm or 4 knots.
Yeah. Bizarre.
Madeira, Soros 160 with the field in.
Anyhow, 3 minutes are approaching.
Soros 160, clear visual approach, runway 05, wind check, Rosario
Cool down
280
3
degrees 4
minutes,
knots,
shutdown
touchdown
number 1
260 degrees, variable 5 knots.
Number 1.
Clear 2 and runway
So we
05,
expect master cautions 3 times.
160.
Master caution.
Negative, clear visual approach, report right way. Clear visual approach, report right.
Touristic 7 Victor, confirm clear to line up, runway 05.
Confirm, sir, expedite.
Line up, runway 05.
Okay.
And master caution check.
Check on ELEC related.
Yeah.
Then Alpha 4. Yeah, this is 765. There we go.
7
Lights off. Ja, wat dacht je?
Check. Right, and there we had the last master caution.
Check. Left clear.
Right clear.
367 Victor after departure contact approach 109.605. Wind at midpoint 320 degrees 4 knots. Vero between 290 and 360 degrees 105. Clear for takeoff. Have a nice flight.
After departure 119.605 all copies and
Parking brake set.